Hey guys, welcome to the Break Even Sports Show. There's just two of us tonight because Ed is on shall we say, an extended vacation from Break Even Sports, but you can still catch him on Tuesdays and Thursdays on the DHC Sports Show. And uh, the producer is on the IL, and uh, Eric's just here because he doesn't
He's
care.
never here. He's never
Yeah,
here.
he's never here because he just doesn't care. But the good news is that we have the mayor here, and you're stuck with me. So, Mr. Mayor, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. I'm doing all right, all things considered.
Yep.
Um, so something we don't normally do on this show, but I thought it would be good to bring it in is we don't really talk a lot about the hats that we're wearing or anything else, and you especially have a cool hat tonight and a jersey. So, do you want to share with our adoring fans what you got?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Val, how's it going?
What's up, Val?
Check her out.
LAFC supporting Val.
Yeah, she's out there on the West
Yeah,
Coast,
she's
making her
out.
way around Southern Cal and San Diego area this weekend,
Yeah,
or this
and
week, I should say. This week.
well, I was gonna say, and I mean, she is basically like social media royalty at this point, right?
Absolutely. We're
She
privileged
is
that we
just
know her and that she lets us claim to know her.
exactly. I always tell her I get a little nervous talking to her because she's a big time celebrity now, so I kind of
Yeah.
get my words mixed up when I talk to big time celebrities. So
She doesn't big time us though. She's down to
no, she
earth.
doesn't. To her credit, she doesn't. But like I said, when you're a big deal like that, I get a little nervous.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
no,
because
we love Val.
we're not as famous as she is. That's for sure.
No, but
We
we
hope to be
love
one day.
yeah, but we love Val.
We do love Val. So yeah, I always try to do something a little soccer centric, if I can, on this show because that's kind of one of our primary purposes. So yeah, I found this Charlotte FC kit. Found this at Ross, a good deal, $30.
Mhm.
Had the
That's a steal.
$100 retail tag still on it, so I was like, "Hey, I'll
Yeah,
take a $70 off
that's
jersey."
a that's a nice kit, by the way.
That's a nice one.
Actually,
Yep. I
that's a
like
really nice kit.
the different striping and everything on it, so
Yeah,
very
and you're
cool.
an ally to this show, so that's outstanding.
I find it fascinating that they're sponsored by Ally Bank and they play in Bank of America Stadium.
It's ironic, isn't it?
It's very funny. And Ally has a building nearby. Please, haha, y'all are my day. What? So yeah, it's funny that Ally kind of put their name on a building close to the stadium just to kind of be like, okay, we're here too. So, but
Well,
anyway, I wanted to show some love for Charlotte FC. They didn't come out too well this weekend against Nashville, but I watched a lot of that game.
mhm.
Nashville's legit good. I mean, I haven't
Yeah,
watched a lot of MLS.
yeah,
Those guys are damn good.
they are. They are.
Yeah.
They sort of not sort of. They outclassed Atlanta United about well, I shouldn't say outclassed, but I thought Atlanta played really well, and I thought Atlanta gave some of their best
Mm-hmm.
in that game, but their best wasn't even good enough to stay close to stay close to Nashville
Yeah,
because
every time
Nashville just
Charlotte would try to come back, and Charlotte got a couple of goals on them, and they were playing good, but it's like each time, well, they jumped out to a 2-0 lead, then Charlotte cut it 2-1, and then they jumped up 3-1. It's like every time we scored, they answered it back and kept maintained the lead. So they ended up winning 4-2. But that, in addition to this, is I've had this one on here once before, maybe a couple times before, but this is one of the two um, World Cup hats that I found at CVS of all places. They had a little display of
CVS.
yeah, of World Cup hats. I was in CVS in Augusta
That's
many
awesome.
months ago and saw it and got this one and one other. They've actually got a couple of cool World Cup hats at Lids. the, the Lids here. Every once in a while, Rhonda and I'll go to the mall food court for lunch on a Friday afternoon. And we get finished eating. She's like, "You gonna walk over to Lids?" I'm like, "Of course." And I keep going over there, and I'll pick up some stuff on the discount rack, but I haven't bought
Yeah.
anything full price over there yet. But there's one hat that I really wanted to get. It's only $40. It's a snapback, and it's a really nice one for the World Cup. So I may break down at some point and grab that one. It's a
I
really
was
cool.
over at I was over at the mall nearest to me this past Friday night because I had to pick up a gift for someone's birthday, and um, and of course, naturally, I managed to find my way over to the lid somehow. I didn't
Right.
get anything because the one near me's had the same type of inventory for like the last, I don't know. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of new inventory that I see that fits my interest.
Right.
Um,
They haven't
the only
changed a whole
thing
lot there either at mine.
Well, the only thing that they had new was the Atlanta Braves City Connect, and they had some of the batting practice hats, and but there was nothing in my size, so there was nothing to tempt me to get anything. Plus, if I can find it, if I can find a way to get a small discount at least online, then that's probably what I'm going to do and not pay full price.
Right.
Um, but um, but then I also found I don't know if I told you this. They just opened up a was it the Baseball Lifestyle 101?
Mm-hmm.
Um, they actually have a brick and mortar store now in my local mall.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you
I
had
went
told
over,
me about that.
yeah, so
I
I
remember
went
you
over
telling me.
there
Yeah.
just to check it out, and I mean, it's cool that it's there, but I felt like almost everything they had in inventory naturally was more like youth sizes, which
Right.
makes perfect sense considering that it's usually like youth baseball players that are going to be buying that stuff.
Sure.
But I'm the one person in there without a kid that's like, "Do you have any adult sizes in this?" So
Exactly.
and
Because
they're
it
looking
does
at
look
me
like a
like,
lot of the designs are catered to like, younger teenager, like
yeah, well, I
tweens.
guess you could say it's me trying to live in like a, you know, go back in time with like a midlife crisis or something. But what's up,
Ah,
Phil?
yeah.
Um,
Hey, how's it going, Phil?
Baseball weekend recap: 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 rain out.
Yeah, Phil hung out with Rhonda and I
Phil,
yesterday here in Columbia for Mason's birthday party and the second
nice.
game, which was a doubleheader due to Saturday's rain out here.
And
So
well,
a
I was
lot of
gonna say
fun.
because Phil, you were also in Spartanburg, right?
Yeah, he
You
got
weren't
rained out Saturday night in Spartanburg, same
mm,
time that the Fireflies Saturday got rained out as
oh,
well.
but I did
But
see you got some food at Spartanburg, so at least you got that.
yeah, he did that.
Um,
Um,
and
I,
then
I don't know about you, Patrick. They don't have Orange Julius anymore, but Orange Julius is
mm,
the OG for me. From
Orange
the time
Julius
I
was
was a kid,
legit.
that
Yeah,
was the only thing I ever wanted to get from the mall
I
food court. And this mall used to have one many years ago, but I don't know how long it's been gone. But that Orange Julius was,
Orange Julius was good.
yeah,
Um, there was a time that I liked Sbarro.
mm,
I don't like it recently, but there was a time where I feel like it was a lot better than it is now. And
yeah,
I feel like that with a lot of things
yeah.
that it used to be better than it is now. But for those that don't know, Sbarro is a pizza place. Orange Julius, I always thought of that as like another place that's kind of like a Dairy Queen. Not so much with the ice cream, but like like the slushy drinks and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Um,
absolutely. I never realized how much sugar was actually in the Orange Julius, the basic Orange Julius drink. I mean, as a kid, you didn't care, but as
no,
an adult, you're like, "Damn, that's a lot of sugar."
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, shoot, just get literally anything these days, and I
Yeah.
mean, it's like a can of soda. I mean, it's
But I do
like,
know I've had it as an adult, and it didn't taste as good as it tasted, and I don't know if that's because my taste changed, or it changed,
oh,
or just as an adult, it doesn't hit this quite the same. It's close, but I think they had adjusted something over the years.
oh. Well,
Um,
I'm gonna come back to some other people because what's up, Mark? Appreciate you being here, my man.
yeah, good
Thanks
to
for
see you,
always,
Mark.
yeah, thanks for always tuning in from the UK. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Um, Donnie probably remembers the mall used to be the only place you could get Chick-fil-A. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
Wasn't that like the first technically the first Chick-fil-A location was in a mall in
Mm,
Georgia? Um,
possibly.
yeah, I wanna say it was maybe Woodstock? I don't know. Phil, you
Yeah, I don't
probably
know.
know.
But I
But,
do know that
um,
the ones here used to be in the mall. That was the only place you had to go to the
yeah,
mall to get Chick-fil-A for sure.
yeah. 80s Kool-Aid. Mark knows. Yeah,
Yep.
but what's up, Mark? We appreciate you being here. Um, rode home with my drink. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Phil got he got a cocktail, he got 2, I think he said, or maybe it was just one, but he had a cocktail with his food. And when the
Phil.
game got rained out, he had it in a big souvenir cup and he just walked out with it and he's riding down the road and took a sip of it. And it's like, ooh, I forgot that had vodka in it.
No, Phil, that wasn't you. That was someone that inadvertently placed it there. That wasn't you. Yeah. So 80s Kool-Aid. Yeah. There you go.
As far as now, just to answer Phil's question about favorite foods, Rhonda and I like there's like what's it called? There's two different ones. The Asian theme that like you get a meat and like lo mein or meat and rice, like the bourbon chicken or the orange chicken.
Yeah, did you say 2? I feel like there's
Arco.
45. I feel like there's 45 of those that go around. There's like
Well,
Asian
it's like there's
cow,
a Chinese and there's a
there's
Japanese.
the Saku
Right.
Japan,
Saku,
like
that's the one. Saku
Saku.
Japan.
Saku
And
Japan,
then I
there's
can't remember
Asian
what the other.
chow. There's one that we used to take my mom to called Pei Wei.
Okay.
But I was just about to bring those up because I'm like, I feel like all those places are the same because they have 3 different types of chicken, but they all have basically an eerily similar tasting sauce. It's
Right.
like the sesame chicken, the orange chicken, and the insert other chicken here are all the same chicken. It's
Yeah.
just
Lemon chicken. Yeah.
lemon. Yeah. Or ginger chicken, or like they call it red chicken. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, Mark. Red chicken. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And we do still have a Chick-fil-A in the mall here as well, which is
Mark,
really
we do
good.
love to banter with you, my man. We do
Yes,
love that.
absolutely.
Yeah, we do love that. Well, you brought up some MLS scores. So
Well, tell us your hat. Because I went through mine.
yeah.
You didn't mention yours. Go
Well,
get yours in.
yours is more on theme. So credit to you. Yours is more on theme. I really should start wearing kits every Monday night. So maybe moving forward, that's what I'll do.
There you go.
So kudos to you for being on theme. But tonight I will show off my first one. I've got the Kannapolis Cannonballers that if you watched the DHC Sports Show last week, I was criticized for how low I had them on the list. So, but I'm also wearing tonight the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, all from minor league baseball, of course, but it's red and red. So
it's all good.
Some people don't like it when you clash teams. I'm at home. I'm okay with it.
There you go.
But even if I was out in public, I probably wouldn't care either.
I don't think it matters. I think it goes well together, and you can put two different teams together. I do that all the time.
Well, it's a matter of preference, and whatever your preference is, that's perfectly fine.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's what I got tonight, and I was just going to go over quickly the MLS scores from the weekend. We went over Charlotte, unfortunately losing to Nashville. My commiserations to that, but at least you scored 2 goals on them.
Yeah.
Atlanta couldn't even manage a goal. So, but speaking of Atlanta, much to my surprise and delight, they went to Toronto to the 6, and they came away with 3 points. They won 2-1 at Toronto. That's a huge win for them because they can't buy a win these days. So I'm thrilled to see that they won. Probably helped that I didn't watch. Montreal is putting a little run together after getting rid of their manager. They beat NYCFC, New York City FC, 1-0. Val, if you're still with us, I see that your beloved LAFC beat Minnesota United 1-0. Listen, I'm not a big LAFC supporter, but if they do collabs with Val, they at least get a point in my book for that. So
yeah.
They walk away with 3 points again. Columbus gets a 2-0 win over Philadelphia. DC United gets a big 3-2 win over Orlando. Orlando's, like Atlanta, is struggling mightily, and I'm delighted by it.
Yeah, they have the same record, 2-1-7.
Did you have to remind me that we had the same record as Orlando?
It's just funny that you said that you compared them, and I'm like, wow, that's a real comparison.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Val, San Jose is on fire right now, and I'll get into that when we get to them. But Bruce Arena, that man knows how to coach in MLS. That's all I'll say. Cincinnati beats New York Red Bulls 2-0, so big win for them. Miami could only manage a 1-1 draw with New England Revolution. Austin beats the Houston Dynamo. Yeah, like Austin FC beats the Houston Dynamo 2-0. Chicago, speaking of coaches that are good in MLS, Greg Berhalter and his Chicago Fireside beat Sporting KC 5-0.
Wow.
And then let's see. San Jose, as Val said, continues their hot streak with a 3-2 win over St. Louis.
9-0-1. Yeah, they are on fire for sure.
Portland beat San Diego 2-1. Let's see. Seattle beats FC Dallas 2-1. Seattle Sounders. Vancouver continues their impressive start to the season for the second season running. They beat Colorado 3-1. And then in our lone fixture on Sunday, LA Galaxy beat Real Salt Lake 2-1. And then there's a U.S. Open Cup game between our teams tomorrow, Mr. Wise.
Oh, really? Okay.
Between Charlotte and Atlanta. It's the round of 16, and it's at the Mecklenburg County Sportsplex.
Okay.
So congratulations in advance to Charlotte. And there's a few games, but U.S. Open Cup has its round of 16 this week, so that's going to be interesting. Some of the other games is going to be Nashville playing Tigres from Liga MX. I'm sorry, that's the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Excuse me, not the U.S. Open Cup. Excuse me. The other U.S. Open Cup games are San Jose and Minnesota. And then on Wednesday it's New York Red Bulls and NYCFC. So a New York Derby. Columbus and One Knox, who famously beats DC United in the last round. And then New England Revolution and Orlando, Chicago and St. Louis, Houston and Louisville City FC. And then I don't know this team. The Switchbacks play Colorado. I should probably know a little bit more about them, but I don't. And let's see. Then the CONCACAF Champions League is LAFC and Toluca. And then the game that I previously mentioned is Nashville and Tigres.
Right.
So those are the semifinals for the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So big week. Lots of action in MLS, US Open Cup, and CONCACAF.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm trying to get more into watching the MLS and follow Charlotte more and just follow the league more, get more into the league itself.
Well,
I didn't follow them as much last year, but again, I wasn't engrossing myself in the world of soccer.
Well, to your credit though, you've been getting into it this season, and you've done really well keeping up with it.
Thank you.
Oh, look at that!
Oh.
It's our friend that's on the IL, Mr. Virgil Brooks, the GOAT, as you all know that he is. The Switchbacks are out of Colorado Springs. Okay. At first, I thought it was the Atlanta Silverbacks, Virgil. I thought maybe it was the Atlanta Silverbacks came back, and I didn't realize it. Oh, Mark, did you say a cheeky bet that you put 20 quid on Vancouver to win the league? Oh, okay. Did you put that in through Paddy Power, or what are you putting that in through? I'm trying to remember the other ones, the other big betting firms over there.
You're up on me. Okay, he says yeah. So
Paddy Power, yeah. So I know there's other ones, Mark, but Paddy Power is the first one that came to mind. Then let's see. Let's put our focus. Let's turn our attentions to Europe. Donnie, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Not the week that you were hoping for in terms
of. The only salvage was Bayern played one hell of a second half apparently after I turned it off.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I didn't. You'll be happy to know that I didn't watch them.
I watched the first half of that game, and we went to half 3-0, down 3-0, and I had other things going on anyway, so I couldn't really keep up with it. But I was just like, oh man, I guess they're just mailing this one in today. And then I look at the score later, and I'm like, crap, I should have watched that. It really came on strong in the second half, apparently.
Well, we'll start in England as we always do.
Absolutely.
Um,
Because that wasn't
Friday
good for me.
night, Nottingham Forest started with a statement win, 5-0 over Sunderland. So Terry, if you watch this, commiserations on Sunderland, but look at the bright side. You're going to be in the Premier League next season regardless. But Nottingham Forest is really pulling away from from the pack in terms of kind of solidifying their Premier League status.
Yep.
So they're not secure yet, but they're really playing well, and that's a statement win for them.
I mean, they're 5 points ahead of the line.
They are
with about 3 to go, or 4. I think it's 3 at this point.
But as we know in the Premier League, it only takes 2 results to change
True.
things around. But
very true.
But we'll get to those games that
they got 4 left.
Are deciding, yeah. So for the Saturday fixtures, Fulham beat Aston Villa 1-0. Liverpool took a big step towards securing a Champions League spot with a 3-1 win. Sorry, Donnie, over Crystal Palace. West Ham got a humongous win to keep them out of the relegation spots. They're 2 points above Tottenham, but they got a 2-1 win over a very good Everton side.
Mm-hmm.
Tottenham got a 1-0 win over Wolves, but not without a price to pay. They lost Xavi Simons to a I think it was an ACL tear, so he's done for the season. Injuries coming at a bad time for them, and then Arsenal got a big win in their quest to win the title with a 1-0 win over Newcastle. A Tottenham supporter.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Not having much of a year this year, but
yeah,
keep supporting.
So there's a guy that joins us sometimes on here, and he's a Tottenham supporter too, but he's taking a break, I think, for his mental health. But so those are the Premier League scores, and then for the FA, there were 2 FA Cup fixtures this weekend for the FA Cup semifinals, and in the first semifinal, Manchester City squeaked by Southampton 2-1. The what's up, Polly?
Hey, Polly, how's it going, dude?
Yeah. The crazy thing is Southampton had a lead in this game, and then I think they had it for all of 3 minutes, and then City decided to start playing, and then they came back, and they're in the final yet again, that they lost last year to Crystal Palace. It's all good, Polly. We appreciate you joining when you can, my man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you're busy with college and stuff, that's life, man.
Absolutely.
We always appreciate you joining when you can. And let's see. Let's go to Sunday in England. Well, it's not very often that I get to do this, but a good Sunday for Chelsea. Although they didn't play extremely well, Chelsea gets a 1-0 win over Leeds, and they make their way. They're now in the final of the FA Cup again, which is great. Oh yeah, Donnie's a billionaire, no doubt. Yep, Donnie didn't go and look at him. He's a billionaire.
I did go to college. I did.
See, so he's proof that you can go to college and be a billionaire.
No, I can go to college. Yeah, y'all can keep dreaming about me being a billionaire. I'll play along.
Listen, Polly said it.
I know. That's because he believes what you say.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. I guess that was the only game, and there were no Premier League games on Sunday. Sounds like an extra step that's not needed. Can only look at the trophy cabaret through the thick glass at the front of the building. Oh man. Are we talking about Tottenham, Mark? Oh. Yeah. So, and then today, Manchester United all but secured a Champions League spot. They've done really, really well since Michael Carrick came in, but they got a big 2-1 win over a good Brentford side. And much as I hate to admit it, Manchester United on the whole have been outstanding since Michael Carrick came in. And I don't know if he'll get the job full time because he obviously took over on a caretaker basis when Ruben Amorim was let go, but he was sacked. But Carrick has done a phenomenal job. So we'll see what the ownership does. But well done, Michael Carrick. He's a former Manchester United player, former Spurs player too, ironically. But he's done a brilliant job at Manchester United. Got those players playing up to their potential. So
Right.
big win for Manchester United over a team that's given them fits in recent times in Brentford. So good on them. Thoughts on the weekend fixtures? Anything that stands out to you? What are your thoughts about the whole Crystal Palace thing?
I don't know. I watched that game. I had that game on at the same time as the Bayern game, one on TV, one on my phone. I don't know. They're not. I think I said this previous week, a couple weeks ago. They're kind of in no man's land. They're not really relegation area, but they're not promotion area. So they're just kind of like mailing it in, so to speak. I mean, they're playing, but they're not playing inspired. They're out of all of the cup situations, I believe now. Yeah. So they're just ready for the season to be over with, I think, and move on. Because it just didn't. They were trying as hard as they had previously, and I get it. I mean, I would probably feel that way. I'd be like, we only got 3 or 4 games left. It's like I'm gonna go out there and play as best I can, but I'm not gonna kill myself today.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, but there's also, I don't know. I know this isn't how all players respond to it, but I think you have a responsibility to put in a professional performance.
Oh yeah,
as a professional. I mean, even at Palace, there's some players that are on decent wages. So you'd like to think, but when you know that Oliver Glasner's not going to be back this coming season, you're like, do I really need to play for this manager? And
Conference League. That's right.
Donnie forgets about Conference League.
Okay, I knew there was something else. I seemed like I thought there was. That's why I was questioning. Are they out of all of them?
Virgil, okay, this is why I'm a bad you. This is why I'm a bad you.
But I mean, this wasn't a Conference League game, so I think the Conference League, they'll probably be more inspired in that, obviously, because they do have that to play for.
They've done well in that.
Well, they were in so many different ones. I couldn't remember if all of them are done or not. I'm losing track here. So
listen to you as a Palace supporter saying we're in so many competitions, I just can't keep up.
Exactly.
Like the first time literally that I can remember any Palace supporter saying that.
Well, the thing is,
we're just in so many. We're in so many games.
I've been saying most of the season, it's like we're playing in so many different things, and there's so much overlap of these that it's just is wearing them out. So,
yeah, well, I think the problem is that you don't have a squad that's built to play in Europe and domestically. I mean, you're always gonna have FA Cup, Carabao Cup, the Premier League. So you got to have something built for that. But when you throw in the Conference League, I mean, it does make a difference. So,
yeah. So they play. Is it Thursday? Thursday's the 30th. Thursday against Shakhtar Donetsk. How you say that?
Shakhtar Donetsk. Yep.
So they play.
That's in Ukraine. That's in the Ukraine, by the way.
Are they playing in the Ukraine? Or okay.
Yeah. Is that where you're playing? Are you playing in Ukraine?
That's what I was looking to see if that was actually where they were playing. It seems like I thought Virgil said that game was going to be somewhere else. But I may be wrong on that. I may be thinking of a different one. It's in Poland. Yes, that's right. It is in Poland.
Did they have to move the game for a reason?
There was a reason. Virgil could probably chime in on that.
I mean, is it because of current events taking place in Ukraine?
I believe so.
That makes sense.
I think
That
that's
makes
why they
sense.
moved it to Poland. Yeah.
I don't want. I don't
Because he
want.
told me I couldn't wear my my Seinfeld T-shirt with Kramer on it that says the Ukraine is weak. He's like, that wouldn't be a good play.
Yeah, no,
So
no, no, no.
in Seinfeld humor,
I,
that's still funny because it's all about the game risk. It's not
yep.
about the current events. But you're right, it's not something that you want to wear around in public.
Listen, as an appreciator of Seinfeld humor, I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, current event speaking, and I almost felt really dumb because I was just thinking to myself, why are they not playing in Donetsk? And I'm just like, things you wish you thought through before you said them.
Absolutely. Yep.
But
Same
yeah,
here. I do that all the time.
But I wasn't thinking, and I'm like, wait a minute, Patrick. If you take a second to process current events, it makes
Right.
perfect sense why they're playing in Poland.
Yep.
So forgive me, everybody.
But this is actually the second week in a row that one of my teams is playing each day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Something to do with Atletico Madrid and
Bayern tomorrow against PSG, which we'll get to in a moment.
I was going to say, like, we're going to be getting to that momentarily, but I did want to go back over since one of our own is still is with us. I did want to go to Germany, and before we get to the Bundesliga, I did want to talk about the Bundesliga too. If I can find all those.
Now,
results.
the man's already in pain. You're not going to bring more pain on him, are you?
I just wanted to say commiserations.
Okay.
I just wanted to say commiserations. That's all I wanted to say. But
it's like walking into the hospital room and the guy's bandaged up and you touch him like right where the bandage is. Does that hurt? That's what you're doing.
Well, it did. Well, it did on Friday. Because what was that?
Just skip that.
It was Eintracht Braunschweig. Skip that. Yeah. So at first I thought you lost to a lunch meat, Virgil, but
pull my finger.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Virgil's beloved Kaiserslautern did not win, but anyways, we'll go to the Bundesliga. How about that? Start with maybe Bayern Munich, the one good part of your weekend, since you've had to talk about all the bad parts. Nervy game against Mainz.
They looked looked really good that first half. They were playing well. They were getting some breaks as well. And Bayern just couldn't do anything. We missed so close on a few things, and it was just like we went down at halftime 3-0. And then, like I said earlier, it was like, wow, I guess they're just not going to do anything in this game. And
game of two
that
halves.
was I know what it was. I ended up having to go back out and work. I had to go do another fix on that job that I had been on all night Friday night. That's why I didn't get a chance to watch the second half. And then I saw later that we had pulled out some pretty good what was it here? I was gonna pull up after because we had 3 late goals. It was like 53rd minute, 73rd minute, 80 and 83. Of course, Harry Kane getting his customary at the end there to kind of seal the deal.
I do want to point out that the scoring was started by a Chelsea loanee, Nico Jackson. Doing exactly what Chelsea is not able to do right now, score goals. And then there was a Chelsea target that ultimately went to Bayern, Michael Olise. I thought we had him all but signed 2 years ago. And lo and behold, Bayern came in and swooped in at the last minute and changed that. Between that and the bright and shining lights of the sporting directors at Chelsea, I'll just leave it at that. Then a former Chelsea Academy product, Jamal Musiala, scored, and then the ever-present thorn in Chelsea's side, Harry Kane, scored. Though his team still couldn't beat Chelsea very often. But Harry Kane got, as you said, his customary goal. Huge win for Bayern. I mean, that's I don't care if
Yeah,
it's a Bundesliga or not, but to come back from 3-0 down and still get 3 points, that's a job well done. It's
I
almost a
mean,
game, like you said, a game of two halves.
yeah, I mean, in the scheme of things, if they lost that game, it doesn't really do much of anything
No,
overall.
no.
But for them to
It
not give in and
I
stick with it, that's what Crystal Palace has not been doing, is sticking with the things like that and
I would
coming
say
back.
it's only important from the sense that it keeps them in the winning mentality going for their run in the Champions League.
True.
That's probably the big thing, especially when you have PSG. I get the sense maybe they were resting some players, maybe. So
Could have been. I didn't
I
really pay attention to who.
I didn't look at what the starting lineup was. In fact, I should
Yeah.
probably go back and look at that. But I would guess if Nico Jackson was on the pitch, they were probably resting some players for Tuesday to make sure that they can finish the job against PSG, because that's obviously a really tough game for them. Let me see who started the game.
That's what I was looking to see.
Let's see lineups. Oh yeah,
Herbig, Ito,
yeah.
Jack,
That's a second.
Davies,
That's a
Lemire.
second
Yeah.
choice side.
Yeah, because you can
Not
see they
Orel.
subbed in all of the guys that's other than Nico, the other Harry, Elise, Masala, they all subbed
Those
in
are all
later.
they're all first choice. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, Luis Diaz is usually a first choice too, and Goretzka, but they definitely rested some of their star players
Yeah.
to like Urbig, like they rested Neuer, and they just rested outright some guys.
Yeah.
Wow. And then Limer started. Yeah. Okay. Well, they're gonna have some rested guys. Maybe not as rested as they would have liked because they didn't expect to be 3-0 down, but they um, they weren't playing guys 90 minutes. So if Nico Jackson started, that means they were playing a second choice side. Or a less than full strength side. How about that? Not a
There you go.
second choice, a less than full strength. So we started talking about the Champions League. Kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that second leg happening on Tuesday between PSG and Bayern Munich.
I mean, this is going to
be the first leg. I'm sorry, it's the first leg.
First leg, yeah, first leg, yeah.
Yeah, but the first leg of a semifinal. What are your thoughts?
I mean, both games that I've got Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be they're going to be tough matches. I mean, PSG is I guess, for lack of a better term, the premier team of their league, and always one of the more competitive teams in a lot of these cups and championships and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, consecutive days posting has ended at 118. I know that's not because you only have 118 hats, and it's 9:00, so you still have time to post it today.
Yeah.
So let's get on that.
Did you miss yesterday or something because of your work shift? I saw you saying I had to work a 9 to 6 or something like that, a 9 to 6 or something like that, or a 10, something along those lines.
But I think this is going to be a tough game. I mean, it's in Paris.
Yeah.
But I think the resting of the players will help. At least
Yeah.
I hope it will.
If you had a ticket, I'm gonna see how much you've been paying attention. If you had a ticket, like from UEFA, and you could use that ticket to either go see PSG and Bayern or Atletico and Arsenal, which game would you go to?
Ooh. I'd probably go to the PSG Bayern.
That's an excellent choice because I swear the other one you might fall asleep because it's going to be nothing but defensive.
Right. As much as I'd love to go to Madrid, and I don't really
Yeah.
care much for Paris, and I've never been to either, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'd probably go to that game.
Hey, Polly, did you catch that? He's trying to make us think he hasn't been abroad.
I have not been abroad on that side. I've
Uh-huh.
flown over it. I hopped and skipped across Qatar on my way to Manila, but outside of that, Um,
Did you have a Thrilla in Manila?
no.
Okay. Uh,
Um,
New streak
the funny
starts tomorrow. I was gonna say Holsinger. I'm with Donnie on that one. I know you have more than 118 hats. I've with with some of the different hats that you've been throwing out. I'm like, you're building a collection there. So I know you've got more than 118.
absolutely.
So well, we'll look
Yeah,
forward to you starting a new streak, Holsinger. So
exactly.
yeah, that just means don't think of it as a broken streak. Just think it's you did 118 posts and now it's a new season and you're starting a new season.
Exactly.
So yeah, worked 7 to 5. Yeah, and then went to church. I'm sorry about the family issues, Holsinger. I hope everything's okay. But obviously none of our business, but I hope it's okay. And I'm looking forward to seeing the new streak and the posts moving forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of the Champions League, I just think that Bayern PSG to me is the final. Like
Yeah.
even though it's not officially the final, that's the final for me.
Yeah, it's
Because
like a lot of times we have the AFC Championship game in NFL, which appears, at least in the past few years, when you had like Kansas City and New England going at it, and you're like, that's almost better than the Super Bowl is going to be, and that's kind of where this
yeah.
may be headed as well.
So I feel like the game I feel like if we're going to compare it to American football, the PSG Bayern game is like a good prime Sunday afternoon game.
Yeah.
And I feel like Arsenal and Atletico is like the Thursday night football fixture because and maybe they'll just watch. We're gonna have a bunch of classics this next NFL season on Thursday nights. But
Yeah.
for the last 2 years on Thursday nights, I feel like
Yeah.
we've gotten the worst games they could possibly pick every
Yeah.
Thursday. Like if I was Amazon, I'd almost want to say, "Give me my money back,"
Right.
because they have gotten
They've gotten
slim
hosed.
pickings. Well, I just feel like, I mean, yeah, I don't think that they've gotten their money's worth for what they're paying to get a game.
Absolutely.
Um, and maybe it's just bad luck with the teams that like being how they are. But oh, it's bad. But I won't go on to NFL because part of me really wants to go into the NFL draft, but I know that's not this show.
Nope.
That is
Save it for tomorrow night.
that's for another show.
Yep.
But I did want to ask you about basketball.
Okay.
Thoughts on how the NBA playoffs are going?
Charlotte's out, so I haven't really paid attention. I really haven't paid attention even when Charlotte was in it because they
Well,
were barely in it.
I was gonna pull that up real quick and just pull up the playoffs bracket real quick.
Yeah, let me take a peek here and see because I'm aware of some scores that have been happening, but I really don't know a whole lot about what's going
Right.
on. Again, I was
So
wrapped up the last part of last week. I was wrapped up in the Checkers hockey playoff run, which ended on
that's
Saturday.
fair.
Plus my first week of Fireflies games had that going on. So much else is I honestly just have not
So
kept up with NBA other than what I've just heard or
so
seen through scrolling.
well, to sum it up, the East has been a lot more competitive in the first round than the West has been.
Sure.
Um, the Pistons and Magic has been the most intriguing series that has been one of the two most intriguing series for me because Orlando has a 2-1 lead. The
I
Magic
just
has
saw
a
that
2-1
when you
lead on
said,
the
yeah,
Pistons, which is a 1-8 matchup, right? But
yeah,
then also the Knicks and Hawks, which is tied 2-2. That's been a great series.
okay.
Let's see. The Cavs and Raptors are tied 2-2 in the 4-5 matchup. The only one that's really kind of gone as expected has been Boston with a 3-1 lead over Philly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what I expected, but in the West, it's been a lot more clear cut. Well, it's been clear cut in terms of like one team's dominating. The Thunder have a 3-0 series lead on the Suns, which is the 1-8 matchup. The Now the number 3, number 6 matchup has the number 6 Timberwolves with a 3-1 lead over the number 3 Nuggets. So
that's interesting.
yeah. So I almost said Anthony Richardson, but Anthony
Edwards.
Edwards, thank you.
Yes.
And Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, has been outstanding in that series. Don't ask me why I almost said Anthony Richardson.
That's okay.
I'm telling you, I am just killing it tonight.
Well, I saw the Rockets had won a game to avoid a sweep by the Lakers yesterday too,
and
apparently there's some turmoil in Houston over the Rockets right now.
Well, and it seems to follow Kevin Durant wherever he goes.
Maybe it's you, dude.
Well, I mean, but I mean, am I wrong about that?
No, Kevin Durant. No, you're right. He's brought a lot of it on himself. I mean, remember when he first went to Golden State? Actually, was it that, or was it before he went to Golden State? He was still at OKC, and it was like there was all this stuff about he had a burner account, social media wise, and there was all kinds of weird social media stuff with him. He's always had something weird going on with him.
Yeah,
a great player, but there's always something.
Talented. Yeah. I'll be the first to say it. When he came to Golden State, I was thrilled. I mean, at that point, especially when he was a little bit younger, who's going to turn down getting a KD in his prime?
Exactly.
I mean, you were almost willing to deal with everything that came along with him. But I guess I could say, as a Warriors fan, I was already used to drama. We have Draymond Green, so I was already used to drama. But won 2 titles. He won 2, Finals MVPs. So
I just think, I mean, like one, I mean, I don't remember or care really, honestly, about the intricacies of why he left there. But I mean, why wouldn't you just ride that out if you could have? And I don't know if it was his choice or not to stay.
No, it was a him. He wanted to play with. I think he wanted to kind of do his own thing.
Yeah,
because
it seems like every guy that wants to do that falls flat on their face.
Well, because his first thing was, it's always about the critics, right? There's that vanity of wanting to please everybody.
Yeah.
So the first narrative was, well, you're not going to be a Hall of Famer till you win that ring.
Yeah.
He goes and win the ring. He goes to win the rings.
Yeah.
He gets the Finals MVP, but then they're like, then the critics find something new to say, and they said, well, you only won because you had Steph and Draymond and, Andre Iguodala and basically all this help.
Yeah, so you had Thompson.
You didn't. Yeah, Klay Thompson. You had to show. I can't believe I almost forgot to say him. Thank you, but some Warriors fan I am. But basically, it's like you basically had a team that almost won it without you, and you just kind of joined the party,
right?
And that's why you won. So he wanted to go to Brooklyn to, prove everybody wrong.
Kind of form his own big three, and it just didn't work.
Then Kyrie was Kyrie.
Yeah.
And KD was KD.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work. And then what was that?
Wasn't Harden? Harden was the third guy, right? Didn't he bring Harden in? Yeah. So Harden was Harden. Like, you can't bring 3 guys like that together and expect it to work. And I don't know why they thought it would.
Well, it didn't work in OKC either when they tried it.
Right.
Because, I mean, the only difference with that is that instead of Kyrie, you had Russell Westbrook.
Right.
And that team should have won a title with those 3, young and in their prime like that. I mean, but they couldn't put it together.
Yeah.
And so anyways,
so he bounced from Boston, from there to Boston, from Brooklyn to Phoenix, I think it was.
And it was
over to Houston. So it's like
he got in a, didn't he? He kind of picked the coach there too, right? Or it's like, and then he got in a dispute with Matt Ishbia, I think the Suns owner.
Yeah.
And or I don't know if it was the owner, but like with the coach and GM, and he's like basically not begging them, but like, not having any problem with them dealing him.
Yeah.
So
he's like, if you don't want me, get me out of here. Okay.
Exactly.
I'll go somewhere else. Yeah.
Exactly. But The other series I didn't mention much about was the 2-7 in the Western Conference. The 2 seeded San Antonio Spurs and the 7th seeded Portland Trailblazers. The Spurs are up 3-1 in that series.
Yeah.
And that's even with Wemby, being in concussion protocol, I think is what it was. And I know he's been very frustrated about. He's been very careful. I think he said the NBA appointed doctors.
Yeah.
Not so much that the information they're sharing, but how quickly they're making him available again. He thinks he's ready. Someone did not think he was. So he was very careful. He was very elusive in his last press conference about that. But regardless, his team is, in a good position to move on to the conference semifinals. But some intriguing stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, just right now, if I was him, just like, take it easy, make sure you clear everything. There's no residual effects.
Yep.
You got time to make up for it. So
I wouldn't be getting as testy about the people. I know you want to be out there helping your team. I get that 100%, and I applaud him for that. But I'd understand a little bit more of that reaction if they were down 3-1 rather than being up 3-1.
Absolutely.
Just get yourself healthy. Like that's a team that's expecting to make a deep run in this year's playoffs. So get yourself healthy so you can help your team do that, because I think they're looking at I think they have their eyes on like a conference finals appearance with OKC. That's what I think they're shooting for. So, and that's what I fully expect to happen. But I'm going to call myself out for an absolutely rotten take that I had. I said that to watch out for the Rockets in the playoffs, because I thought not so much because of like KD, but I thought because of Ime Udoka, their coach. I really thought that, man, that's looking like a horrendous take from me. So I'm going to call myself out on that, and I'm going to say it right here. I was completely wrong. So not the first time, certainly not the last. So that was since Eric's not here to call me out on it, or Ed, and you're too nice to do that, I will call myself out on it. That was a horrible take. But before we move on to hockey,
well, it takes a big man to admit when he's wrong.
Oh, I was so wrong. I know you haven't been following it closely, but do you think that the Magic can hold on and beat the Pistons and move on? Yay or nay?
I mean, everything I know about what the Pistons have done all year long tells me that they're going to figure it out. Now, it's 54-52 the half. So if they're going to figure it out, they better figure it out in the second half of this game.
Is Cade Cunningham hurt?
I have no idea.
I want to say Cade got hurt. I don't know if he still is, because that's, I don't follow the Pistons closely. They used to be, fun fact, not that you asked, but they used to be one of my favorite teams in the 90s because I liked the teal Grant Hill.
Oh yeah.
Theo Ratliff jerseys.
Yeah.
I loved those jerseys. That's one of my favorite all-time logos in sports.
Yeah.
So it wasn't popular at the time, but like a lot of the logos that I liked in the 90s, now people all of a sudden like them. and that's not because I'm a trendsetter of any sort. It's just I think I'm just a little different than the average bear.
Right.
And it was the same way with the Warriors logo in the 90s with the little lightning man.
Yeah, yeah.
I loved both of those logos.
Okay.
I also liked the Wizards logo in the 90s. All these that were panned widely in the 90s now by fans of today, they seem to really like them because they brought them all back.
Oh yeah, the nostalgia lives on. So
yeah. The only one that I think I liked in the 90s that was actually universally acclaimed, even at that time, was the Charlotte Hornets logo.
Yeah, I don't like the new logo. I haven't liked any other new. Like the original logo is what they should have just kept, stayed with, and they should go back.
Give me the Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, Muggsy Bogues Charlotte Hornets.
Exactly.
Like Grandmama, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, that's the era of NBA that I miss too.
That's
Um,
like when Del Curry got his number retired for Charlotte months
yep,
ago. I think
yep.
we had this conversation. A lot of people online were panning it, and they're like, "Well, he ain't even done this. He ain't even done that. He's only getting it because of who his son is." I'm like, "Did y'all see Del Curry play? Dude
Who,
was dude.
who do you
I
think?
mean,
Who do you think shot threes before Steph did?
exactly.
Like,
I mean,
like Bill Curry was dropping threes before dropping threes was cool. Like,
exactly.
like Del Curry, Glenn Rice,
He was money from the
yeah,
outside. Just you,
Reggie. Well, I mean, let's talk about some of those 3-point shooters from the '90s. First one that comes to mind is Reggie Miller.
absolutely.
Um, I would say Glenn Rice
Yep.
won a 3-point contest. Del Curry. Um, trying to think. Dan Marley.
Marley was oh gosh, Marley was fire.
Yeah, Marley was fire. Price that played for the
Yep.
Cavs. Price was
Um,
Mark Price. Um, Jeff Hornacek.
Hornacek. What's the oh crap? His name
Which team?
out of St. John's.
Oh, Chris Mullen.
Mullen. Yeah, I was gonna say
Chris Mullen.
Chris, but I couldn't think of his last name. Chris Mullen.
Chris Mullen. Yep.
Mullen was
He was
money. That
money.
was the thing back then. Mullen
Yeah.
was money.
Trying to think of what other 3-point shooters am I missing? There are others.
There are some others.
Sam Cassell. Could I get away with that?
Cassell was pretty good. Yeah, he wasn't a huge
He
one, but
wasn't the top tier, but he was like.
no.
But that's a name. Oh, Ray Allen. Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, yes, Ray
Mark
Allen.
Price was basically an NBA Jam cheat code, no doubt. Kenny
Yep.
Anderson.
Yep.
Kenny Anderson was a good 3-point shooter out of Georgia Tech.
Yep.
Oh man, I know there's others that I'm gonna like kick myself later. Could you say Doherty for the Cavs? Was he more of an inside shooter?
He was more of an inside. I mean, he had an outside game for a big man, but he wasn't.
Well,
he
that's
wasn't
right.
the.
Doherty was more of a big man, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like there was but Mark Price was an NBA.
Like Doherty was a lot more like Tim Duncan. He was like Duncan before Duncan. He was just a quiet inside guy, had a little outside game, could play inside out.
I was getting excited that I was remembering NBA players from the '90s.
See, that's when I love the NBA. I can't stand it the way they play now.
So when I was little,
Mitch Richmond's another good one.
Mitch Richmond, that's a great call. That's a great call. Started out as a Warrior, but then probably made his name more prominently with the Kings, I would say. Tim Hardaway. Speaking of Tim Hardaway,
there you go. Penny was a 3-pointer too.
Penny was good. But when I was one of the best Christmas presents I ever got was this baseball encyclopedia, and it just had. I mean, it went back in history. It was so well put together. It had like legendary coaches and players. It was made in the '90s, so it was like that was with like the current era of players.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I loved it so much. Maybe not in the top tier. Lindsey Hunter. Lindsey Hunter had a pretty good 3-shot.
I don't remember Lindsey Hunter, by the way.
Played for the Pistons.
Okay. All right. That sounds familiar now you should say that.
Well, again, not the top tier of what we've been talking about. We're not talking Reggie Miller, but we're decent. But anyways, this encyclopedia that I had went through all these different players, and I learned about players that I'd never even heard of just by reading that book.
Okay.
And by far one of the best Christmas gifts that I ever got.
Very cool.
I'm so sad that I don't have it anymore. I don't know what I did with it. Because man, I would love to go back and get that. Wonder if a book reseller has it somewhere.
I bet you could find it.
Probably could. Had Michael Jordan on the front.
Okay.
Who's, I know he's recognized as like a GOAT of a certain sport, but he's not the GOAT and I know I'm not talking LeBron James. It's just that there's a gentleman in our chat that is the GOAT, period. But MJ is the GOAT is the GOAT of basketball. I'll give him that, but he's just not the GOAT, period. There's a difference. There's a difference.
There is a difference. Absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh, Steve Kerr. What am I talking about?
Okay, yeah.
Steve Kerr is talking about the Bulls.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr was a great 3-point shooter as well.
Co-coach too.
Who
Another
coach?
good one. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Ooh, Bobby Hurley.
Yeah. I
Am
don't
I
know about that.
am I stretching that now?
I think you're stretching it a little bit to get to Bobby Hurley there. He's
Well,
okay. I wouldn't put him in the
he
upper
wasn't an
part.
NBA Jam cheat code.
No, no, no.
No, no. Now this one is not in the '90s, but like you want to talk about early 2000s, Kyle Korver.
Okay.
Kyle Korver that went to Creighton.
Yeah.
Whew, that guy could shoot the rock from the outside. Anyways, I digress.
Well, it'll be
Well,
interesting to see. I'm trying to give the NBA a try. I'm trying to
yeah.
find a way to enjoy some of it more. It's just hard the way they play. It's just so bad when it comes to.
I'll be honest.
It's the officiating it's really the way they officiate the games, or that they don't officiate the games.
Oh, you mean how they don't call traveling?
They don't call anything.
Yeah. Well, but they haven't called traveling since like 1999.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I saw a play the other day on. I mean, I don't know when
double
it's
dribbling.
from. Yeah, I mean, the guy caught the ball on a breakaway. It was like from the the opposite 3-point line. It got thrown out to him. He catches the ball, takes 4 steps, and then dribbles 2 or 3 times and tries to cut down the lane. I'm like, how did 3 officials not look at that and blow a whistle?
And I know we've gone over this.
Go.
Yeah, I know we've gone over this probably 5 or 6 times since we've done this show.
Yeah,
and I probably had the same take every time. So if you roll the tape, I'm probably just repeating myself. But I feel like the NBA has just become like a season-long all-star game, because that's what they always did in the all-star game, is that we're gonna lax the rules and we're gonna let you score. Now, I will say
I don't care about it in the all-star game.
Yeah, this year's games were tremendously better. I know not everyone liked the format, and I think it was Ed that probably had a little bit of a problem with it or didn't enjoy it as much. I enjoyed the format this year. I like that they are at least experimenting with changes, because I was sick of the old format. Like, I didn't feel like there was anything to play for. It was just an exhibition, which, yeah, an all-star game in its essence is an exhibition, but I like it when you have something to play for and that people are taking it seriously. Like, if you're going to play it, you might as well try to take it seriously.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I'm glad we got a little bit more traction out of that, but I did want to talk a little bit about the NHL playoffs as well, which I know you follow a little bit more closely.
Yeah, I'm actually watching Pittsburgh Philly right now.
Yeah,
and Pittsburgh's up 3-2 with about 7 to go.
Series. Yeah, that's been a great series. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's see. So starting in the Eastern Conference, Buffalo's up 3-1 on Boston, in a best of 7. The Lightning and Canadiens have had a good series so far, all tied up at 2-2. Ed's Carolina Hurricanes swept the Senators, but we'll move on from that. Now, well done to the Hurricanes. They really dominated game 1. I felt like they survived games 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just professionally took care of business in game 4.
Right.
Philadelphia, good on them. I mean, they've played really well. And then but Pittsburgh is not going down without a fight.
No.
And what you said, currently leading in the third period with
6:50. Yeah, 7 minutes to go. 6:50. They're still up 3-2 right now. So if they win this, that'll take it to a 3-2 series. I will say this: the uniforms Pittsburgh's wearing tonight, the all yellow, the yellow with the yellow helmet, that is fantastic looking right there.
So I do have a Penguins hat, and the one, Megan will hate that, but because Megan's a big Flyers fan.
You didn't just let a secret out that you had that hat, did you? Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. But she knows I have a lot of she knows that I have a lot of hats, but
she probably assumes you have one in there somewhere.
She probably does. She's a lot smarter than I am, so she probably does. Um, but now that I've said it, I have an all yellow Penguins hat, and it looks that logo looks so much better on a yellow hat than it does on a black one.
Yep.
Just for me, I
Yeah.
just think it does. And I've got a little soft spot because I've gotten to go to PPG Paints Arena. And,
Okay.
didn't get to see them play, but like just cool to go into their arena and see it, right? I mean, so there's Pittsburgh teams for that reason.
Yeah.
I got to tour what's the it's not Accenture Stadium, but what's the Steelers stadium?
Oh, I mean, I call it Heinz Field. I know that's not the
Yeah.
name of it anymore either, but that's
Well,
just
that's
what
what
I
I
call
prefer
it.
to call
I
it.
call it what
But
I've known
but
it
I got
as.
to on a random Sunday afternoon, I got to tour that stadium.
Yeah.
And so I've got like a soft spot just for that reason. I got to kind of have the Pittsburgh sports experience while I was there over 4
That's
days.
cool. Okay.
So yeah.
See, I should be more into Pittsburgh sports. I have a cousin that used to come down, or I had an aunt and uncle that lived in in Pittsburgh. Cousin that grew up there. They would come down to the summer. She knows the hat and it's the
no,
Yager jersey.
but I'm going to cover myself on this one. Yeah, there is a Yager jersey, Mr. Brooks, but it's the Washington Capitals Yager jersey, not the Penguins.
Oh, okay.
See, I know a few
Yeah.
hockey players. I don't have Donnie's Rolodex of hockey players, but I do know Yager, and I know he played for the Capitals. So
There you
the
go.
Yager jersey I have is a Capitals one.
Even though he's more well known as a Penguin.
Oh, 100%. But I'm saying, like, you know, I might be kicked to the curb if she thought that I had like a Penguin sweater.
Right.
It's probably bad enough that I have a Capitals one, but I don't think that the Capitals Flyers is as bad as anywhere near what the Penguins Flyers is. So, plus I went to a Capitals game, so I get away with that. Listen, that screaming eagle. Yeah. You want to talk about logos I was obsessed with in the 90s? That's another one. I can tell you in every sport the logos that I was obsessed with.
Right.
Because love of logos goes all the way back to when I was a very little kid.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I didn't like the ownership group, but man, whoever owned the Leonsis family that owned like all the DC area sports teams, whoever thought that it was a good idea to use indigo in their color scheme, that was like the 90s version of Charlotte blue.
Okay.
CLT blue, at least for me. I was like, they used it in the Capitals and they used it with the Wizards, and I'm like, that was an excellent decision.
Yeah.
Those indigo jerseys. But I digress. What were you saying before I rudely interrupted you? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I should have been more of a Pittsburgh fan. I had an aunt and uncle that lived in Pittsburgh, or right outside of Pittsburgh. Cousin
Look at that.
that used to always come down to South Carolina in the summer when I was a teenager. They would come down to the beach, and my aunt would always invite me to go because he was about the same age as I was, and it was somebody for him to hang out with. So I would go hang out with him. But I only went to Pittsburgh once as a teenager for his sister's wedding. And then we never really went back up there. And once he got a little older, they stopped coming down here for the summer, or I stopped. Maybe I stopped going to the beach with them as we got a little bit older as teenagers, and so we just kind of grew apart and didn't see each other very much.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, but I wish, in hindsight, it's like, man, I should have been more into some of the Pittsburgh teams because of him back then. But I kind of had my teams, and I stuck with them.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, and then when I
have always liked the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Penguins a little bit because of that. Never cared much for the Steelers a whole lot.
You hear that, Mike Gorell?
That's right. He knows it.
Yeah. Well, I kind of adopted the Browns when I just love a team that plays 42 quarterbacks. So that is my kind of team.
There you go.
And then drafts a new one.
Yeah.
Let's go. Anyways, we'll get into that tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but But yeah, back to the
Well,
NHL.
so what do you think about Buffalo, finally getting into the playoffs and actually doing something a little bit?
I'm happy for the city of Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, let's face it, the the city of Buffalo, though they've had some blows of success with the Bills in recent times, they just get heartbreak all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and I
I mean, I've
know
always
it's
loved
only
that
round one.
Sabres logo. I mean, I love the color scheme and the logo.
Well, let me ask you this: do you prefer the blue and gold, or do you prefer the black and red from the Sabres?
The blue and gold. I
Really?
love the blue and gold. Yeah.
See, for me, it was the black and red,
Okay.
which is weird considering that every team I like is blue. But um, but I always loved that black and red logo, and I was thrilled when they brought it back as like when they kind of reintroduced it as a sweater again,
Yeah.
like an alternate jersey or whatever that is that they have. Um, I absolutely love that. Yeah, in your famous words, it's fantastic. Um, but I'm happy for them. I'm not a big Boston Bruins fan, so to see the Bruins lose, I'm completely fine with that.
Oh, it went through the net. Okay.
Something happening?
I was just looking, and I think Pittsburgh just scored an empty netter here in the last minute or
Uh-oh.
40 seconds. The play
Uh-oh.
stopped. It looked like they just showed a replay, and it looked almost like the puck went through, like cleanly through, like into the net and out the
Yeah.
back of the net, like there's a hole in it or something. I think that's what they're checking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Philly had pulled their goalie and was trying to attack there, and
Yeah.
one of the guys flicked it down there pretty good.
The Flyers have a Ducks connection because um there's been a couple of trades between those two teams that are paying dividends for both teams.
Yeah.
Like Trevor Zegras, who's kind of in his prime. He's been a good pickup for Philly, and he's played well in the playoffs. And I'd say that Philly won that trade easily. But then on the flip side, I feel like the Cutter Gauthier trade has really worked out well for the Ducks. I mean,
Okay.
Cutter Gauthier scored 40 plus goals this season. So um, the kicker is that both are going to be restricted free agents this offseason. So I'm interested to see they're both in line to get, serious payday, particularly Cutter
Right.
Gauthier. So I'll see what happens, but I don't know how because NHL has a cap, right?
I believe so. Yeah, that wasn't a goal, by the way. It must have just
It
it
was
must have
not.
hit the side of the net.
How, how much?
Oh, oh, he just went to slap one in the empty net and it hit the post.
Ooh, how much time is left?
23 seconds.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Penguins are just trying everything they can to keep the puck in play and just sling it down there. It goes another. He just flicked one down. Is it going to get in? Nope, gonna miss it.
Oof.
10 seconds to go. That's icing. So 9.9 seconds.
All right. Well, lots of excitement going on in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Yep.
The Western Conference has its own share of excitement.
Well, your Ducks are doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. But it's one of those things that one period here or there could have dictated the crazy thing about this series is that the Oilers can't keep a lead. Like
Right.
the Oilers are. I don't think the Oilers get enough credit for how good of a team they are, and they've got. I mean, you got Connor McDavid. I mean, you're tough to beat. So I'm going to give. This is probably because I'm a Ducks fan. I give the Ducks a lot of credit for staying in this, but the fact of the matter is, in this series, you have two poor defenses that have great offenses.
Right.
If either of these teams, whoever comes out of this series, if they play a defensively sound team, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Just calling a spade. But I'm thrilled for them to be up 3-1. I mean, they've been down and they've shown resilience to come back and get equalizers and then to get the winner. They had by like half of a skate. They won in overtime last night. That was a controversial call by the officials, but I think it was the right call. And I'm trying to say that objectively.
Right.
because it did look like it got the entire way over the line, but you couldn't see because the skate was covering it.
Oh,
So
I saw that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was
And they called it a goal.
yeah, but it was a great game. It was a
Yeah.
great game.
Well,
A
this one's
frustrating
done.
game to watch.
This one's done.
So
Pittsburgh
so it's
wins.
3-2.
There's a
It's
huge
3-2 Flyers now.
3-2 Flyers. Yep.
Does that take it back to Philly now?
Not sure. Probably.
I forget how they do.
I'd
I
have to
forget
look and
how
see how it goes.
I forget how the hockey series goes.
Huge fight right there at the end, by the way.
Well, this one tonight was at PPG Paints, right, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. So let me look
Yeah.
ahead here. So, yeah, they'll be back in Philly on
Back in
Wednesday.
Philly. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a great series for the neutral.
Yep.
But to finish out the Western Conference, we said Anaheim's up 3-1 on Edmonton. The Utah Mammoth are up 2-1 on Vegas.
Yeah. And playing
Credit to the
tonight.
Utah Mammoth, man. They are they're a good team.
They are a good team.
They're put it this way, they're not an elite team, but they're a tough team to beat.
Yeah.
And really in that Pacific, and then like to me, there's a clear class of the West. Like to me, it's not even close that Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota are the class of the West.
Right.
There's a big chasm between them and everybody else. Honestly, I feel like the Kings got the short end of the stick because, because I'm telling you this, the Ducks, Oilers, and Golden Knights and Mammoth, they got lucky because to be in the division they're in and where they finished seeding, because, within 1 or 2 points, either of them could have been playing the Avalanche and they'd be out of the playoffs right now.
Right.
Maybe not a sweep, maybe not, but I was praying that the Ducks didn't fall to that second wild card spot. I was like, oh, please, no.
Yeah.
Do not fall into the wild card spots. And they almost did. The Kings, if the Kings hadn't lost their last 2 games, it probably would have been the Ducks. I just wanted to stay out of that top half of the bracket.
Yeah.
But the way things fell, man.
Well, I'll say this: the one thing Mammoth have going for them is that hockey stick pretzel that they've got at the arena. Have you seen the video of that?
I have not.
That thing is I don't know. It's pretty long. It's probably like a 2-foot long pretzel that's curled at the end, so it looks like a hockey stick. I've seen videos of guys that are like playing, like they got a sauce cup on the table and they're playing like it's a puck.
Hey Val, it sounds like you may need to take a trip to Utah.
Oh, she had it featured in one of her videos this past week.
Well, I know she may have featured it, but she has to get there live to see it. But
very true.
But some of us are in San Diego for the week, and being wined and dined by the elites of sports in San Diego.
Yep,
that's one city I really want to visit. That's one of my top cities in the U.S. to visit. Just some friends over there I want to see, and some places I want to go to. So,
and I have a perfect T-shirt to wear there. It's got the Anchorman on the front. It's a Stay Classy.
That's
I mean, if I go to San Diego, I'm going to wear that shirt.
You should. You should. Especially, and then you can research the name origins of said city.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that because we're a family show.
That's right.
Let's see, what else am I missing? The Stars and Wild has been a great series. 2-2 right now. I really think that those 2 teams got the worst luck out of everyone in the Western Conference because they're having to face each other.
Yeah.
Like that just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's a shame for one of them.
Well, this is where I would go back and revisit the seeding and how they do things. This is where I feel like too much emphasis is put on division winners. I understand why, but I don't think in the top 3, the top 3 that I don't get how the seeding, I don't like how the seeding necessarily works from a neutral perspective. My team benefited from it this year.
Right.
But I think just objectively, I don't know that I agree with that. But like if I was a Stars or a Wild fan, I'd feel aggrieved.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, if you want to win the Stanley Cup, you're going to have to beat good teams. So regardless of where you play them.
Right.
So there's
Absolutely.
also that to be considered. But yeah, but I would argue, I think as far as playoffs go, hockey's probably my favorite sport to watch in the playoffs. That and baseball.
Yeah. Hockey, I've thoroughly enjoyed kind of getting back into. I liked hockey as
Yeah,
a kid. We didn't have it in the South as much as we have it now because there were no teams in the South when I was a
right,
kid.
right.
I kind of pulled for the Rangers just because they were one of the popular teams at the time, and it just was.
Why?
But well, because it was
Why?
New York. I was a Yankees fan, and so I just pulled for the New York Rangers.
The absolute pits as far as the NHL. The
Well, I mean, in
worst.
the '80s, it was a different story for me, but
Well,
it was
couldn't
one of
you at
those
least
things where I
say that
didn't stay with them.
couldn't you say the Islanders?
Eh, I don't know. I like the Rangers. Virtual gross. But I
Yeah.
grew out of
Thank
it.
you, Virgil. Like
I actually got
the
out of
worst.
watching hockey because there were no teams here, and I didn't ever really keep up with them a whole lot. And then, in the last
You,
few years, I've really gotten back into hockey.
listen, the New York Rangers are the Gary Bettman of NHL teams.
I understand that, but I didn't know any better as a 14-year-old kid. So
I'm kidding. I can't listen. Let me back that up. That's my opinion.
sure.
You have every right to like whatever you want. I can't. I'm being hypocritical at the moment because last week I was saying just because I was going on about just because I like something, and so now I'm doing the same thing you guys did to me last week. So I'm being a
Yep.
hypocrite. So I'm
That's
sorry.
I was gonna let you keep going so I could throw it in your face at one point.
Nope. But I'm gonna call myself out
You
again.
called yourself out. You were having some self-awareness tonight. I appreciate
I,
that.
I, I you know I have been. I'll have to tell you about that off air. But yeah. Um, but yeah. Um, yeah. So I can't get mad at you for liking a team but we all know my Gary Bettman story. I don't need to rehash that. My
Yep.
poor Atlanta Thrashers. But I digress. I guess one benefit of this year is that the Winnipeg Jets aren't in the playoffs. So
There's that.
the New York Rangers of Canada.
Yeah.
Um, no, again, Patrick's opinion, not necessarily right. Um, that's nothing against the fans of Winnipeg. I'm glad that they get to have a team. It's not their fault that Gary Bettman is Gary Bettman.
Exactly.
Um, let's see. Any predictions about who we're going to see in the Stanley Cup Finals? I know we're, a few rounds, like 3 rounds ahead of that. But who do you think we're going to see?
Um,
Who would you like to see? I guess more so. Who would you
well,
like to see in the Stanley Cup
sometimes
Finals?
like and will are obviously two different things.
Yeah,
I
they're vastly different.
I expect to see the Hurricanes because I just think they're playing that good.
Okay,
I'd like to see them because they're from Carolina, but I'm not a. I mean,
I wouldn't
I,
mind. Listen,
I'd like to see somebody new too, but
yeah.
I don't know who that's going to be.
So you just made me think of something. I don't know if Chris Storm likes hockey, right? Shout out to
Right?
Chris Storm.
Oh,
We
he
love Chris
does. He
Storm.
loves hockey. He's a Tampa Bay Lightning fan.
That's right. Well, if the Lightning can't make it, actually, it could be a scenario where they make it and don't make it. To have a weather events Stanley Cup final, the Lightning against the Avalanche or the Hurricanes against the Avalanche.
That would be fantastic.
Would that not be a teachable moment for his class?
I mean, if I'm the Weather Channel, I'm trying to figure out how the hell do we get into
Listen,
airing a game.
but you know who I want to have on
You know
call?
what? I would actually have Jim Cantori at the
I
games.
was just about to say, I want a 3-man booth. I want Christopher Storm,
Absolutely.
Jim Cantori, and Thomas Hedison.
Okay, there you go.
That's a 3-man booth. Thomas Hedison, Christopher Storm, and Jim Cantori.
Absolutely.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And he can provide color commentary if the Lightning make it. He can just be, shoot, he knows hockey. He can do color commentary if the Hurricanes make it.
Well,
And then
there's also the possibility. remote, that you could have, the penguins and the mammoth. I mean,
Yeah.
two creatures, if you will,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the weather, the ice and the snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of combinations you could
Yeah.
have here.
The Ice Age finals. The Penguins against the Mammoth.
You're not gonna end up with the Kings. I was like, it would be funny if you had a Kings and Canadians, like, you know,
Yeah.
titles. Yeah, a lot of different kinds of things you can have.
Aquatic animals with the Ducks and Penguins.
Yeah.
And that is not gonna happen,
No.
but, um
But what if you had
yeah.
the Buffalo Sabres and the Golden Knights having a sword fight?
Ooh, yeah.
There you go.
I like that one. But, listen, it's kinda fun to kinda think about, doing all that, but, I
But
don't
I
know what
do
made
think the Avalanche and the Hurricanes are the front runners. So
yeah.
that is the most real possibility on
Yep.
paper.
Yep.
And I think the weather event scenario would be fantastic for that.
Well, and I just think it would be great for Christopher Storm too, like, who loves
Yeah.
to talk about weather events and, what does he teach? Is it geology that he teaches?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Earth
Yeah.
Sciences, actually, I think is
Earth
technically.
sciences?
Yeah.
Well, that would be fantastic for him. So, um, but the good news is that we have more, playoffs to talk about, next week.
Yep, for
Um,
sure. Hey,
uh,
one thing I wanted to touch on, I know we're coming up on the
yep.
end of the hour here.
Yep.
Um, Back to soccer for just a moment. And this kid, Matthias Albert out of Greenville,
Yes.
South Carolina. I didn't realize this was I had seen something about it a while back because of his age, and his one of his parents and chaperone situation, things like that. But he made his debut for Dortmund in
Yep.
the
Borussia
Bundesliga.
Dortmund. Yep.
Yep. And I mean, for a 16-year-old kid out of Greenville to play professional hockey at the highest level of German soccer is mind blowing to me for him to be able to
Yeah.
just go over there and do that. And I don't know that there was a much that he accomplished in it other than playing. But the fact that he ever played, it's the youngest American to ever play in Bundesliga.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's, and it's not this is not like a new thing with Dortmund bringing on young American players.
Right.
That's where Christian Pulisic got his start in Dortmund. He was not 16. I think he was 17 or 18 when he came on, and then Gio Reyna also made his debut with Dortmund. So Dortmund has provided like a platform for American players to come through.
Right.
Pulisic, it was kind of unheard of to that young to
Yeah.
be coming through. We obviously had American players, as Virgil can well attest. Fulham has been a great platform in England for American players, but Germany has been a great platform as well. But Dortmund at the top level has probably been the most notable, I would say. So Pulisic, Gio Reyna, and now the 16-year-old here. What was it? Matthias
Albert.
Albert. So that's great news, and congratulations to Matthias. You still have to earn your spot. I mean, they don't give 16. It doesn't matter whether you're American or another nationality. You still have to earn your spot.
Yeah.
And to do that at a big club like Dortmund, congratulations, Matthias. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible in my book there.
Yeah,
that,
it is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, let's see. We covered soccer, we covered hockey, we covered basketball. Anything else?
I think that's about it. I did share with you guys a story. I don't know how true this is, but it seems to be fairly true. There's a guy, a social media person that was an Ottawa Senators fan, and this was one from days ago that I saw. Apparently, the Senators sent him to Asia because he was a jinx for the team, because he was doing some social media stuff. This was when they were down 2-0, and they wanted him as far away from Ottawa as they could, and so he filmed some social media stuff from from Taiwan. And I just thought that was funny that if it's actually real that they reached out to him and paid for him to fly to be away from Ottawa. I don't know how true it is or not, but
Who
at least
knows?
as far as his video goes, it happened and it didn't work obviously because they got swept 4-0. But I
Right,
just thought it was
right.
funny because he filmed this
Well,
video standing on the street saying that the Ottawa Senators, because of stuff he was saying, was they felt was jinxing the series against the Hurricanes.
who
So
knows?
anyway, it
Yeah.
may not be real or anything, but I just thought that was kind of funny.
Did you cover why you two need to go out on your own, being the best of the break even crew? Well,
I mean, he's
my guy am no Virgil as far as being a host, as I think Donnie can attest. But
I mean,
we've done pretty
he's
well.
hitting Virgil while he's down, you know?
Yeah. No, I think we've done pretty. But you know what? I'll give us some credit. I think we've done pretty well the last couple of weeks,
We
and
have.
I
We've done
appreciate you
good.
being on. And we've uh, we've gained a few followers, which by the way, thank you to everyone who's been joining, and thank you for subscribing and liking the
Absolutely.
content. We appreciate it. Um, Thanks for all of you that have stuck with us, and hope you're enjoying the show. And for those that are new here, we are, we do this every Monday, and but be sure to join us tomorrow night and Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the DHC Sports Show. This show happens every Monday at 8:30 Eastern Time, and then there's also breakfast takes on Monday morning with Mr. Mayor and
Yep.
also the Dad Hat, Mr. Ed Rivera. That happens. They talk about Carolina sports, and they do that every Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern time. And make sure you tune in for that. And hope you guys are enjoying the content. We appreciate you supporting us and joining in.
Absolutely.
And Mike, yes, tomorrow night, I'm sure that the NFL draft will be a primary topic of conversation. It won't be the only topic, but it will be, I think
We've
it'll
got
be
some, we got, much to his dismay, we have some minor league identities to talk about that were released.
yep.
There was one that I think got snuck past us that they played over the weekend. We'll talk about it tomorrow night, but there was
Yeah.
one that I don't remember us bringing up beforehand. Maybe we didn't know about it, but after the fact, I saw that it was used Friday and Saturday night for somebody that was pretty cool identity. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Major League Baseball where it's at right now.
Yeah.
Naptastic topics.
Fantastic topics.
um,
Yeah.
so
Well,
yeah, but we will lean heavily on NFL draft talk as
yeah.
well.
And Mike, I will say, I thought Pittsburgh was a fantastic host of the NFL draft.
Yep.
And I'm going to talk about which probably a lot of people's favorite moment, but one of my favorite moments involving Pittsburgh when we talk tomorrow night. So
The one Virgil's asking which one. It was the Springfield Cardinals doing the Halloween uniforms this past Friday and Saturday.
they didn't have hats to go with that, though, right? I mean, that
No, I
was
don't think so. At least I'm not aware of it, but that one just kind of
yeah,
like flew under the radar, so to speak.
yeah,
That it was going to happen, and I don't know if we missed them
yeah.
announcing it was going to happen, or it just didn't get unveiled
Uh,
until it happened. But I'll say this: the jersey looked pretty damn good.
It
I
did,
just
it
don't
did,
know. I
and
didn't dig into whether there was a hat situation or not.
we'll go into it. But I do want to say, for all of their, for being named after a major league team, I really think the Springfield Cardinals have done an excellent job in the last 2 to 3 years trying to make the best of what they've got.
Yeah,
And so I really like some of the stuff they've been doing the last couple of years, despite still being named the Springfield Cardinals.
yeah.
We will talk about that along with the NFL draft and a lot of other topics tomorrow night. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow night.
Good night, guys.